All right, this weekend we've had rain, sleet, snow, tons of wind, and all of that on a canoe trip in April while using that tent, the Dipole 2. It's going to be a good one. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's late spring and I'm out for our yearly canoe trip. I've got Grayson and Mike in another canoe and I'm solo paddling right now. We're planning on staying out here on an island and we're just gonna camp the weekend away. I'm not planning on fishing. I'm not planning on doing a whole lot, but we're gonna have a good time and I'm gonna enjoy this lake for a weekend. The weather's not supposed to be excellent, but you know what? That's spring in the Adirondacks, so we're gonna still get out here and we're gonna enjoy it anyway. For now, I'm enjoying a nice sunny-ish day and it's not raining on us. Can't complain about that. Well, now I've got to do some catching up here to catch up with Grayson and Mike. They're paddling away, so I hope you stick around. Let's go. Nice thing about my setup without the fishing gear is I just have my one big bag and then I put my food in there. And there's enough room if I did have to portage that I just open this up, stuff it in there, and I portage with a single carry with that. And these guys, they got this mess over here. The difference. Look at the difference between that.
Everything but the kitchen sink.
But you've also got the room in that thing, you know.
And we got to go back and get all the more firewood. That might require 2 trips.
Right.
If not 2 today, maybe 1 tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have to get some for sure. All right, there's the tent set up. This is the Tarptent Dipole 2, and it's lithium, so it is Cuban fiber. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I have used this before. I've tested it in the wind and the rain at home. However, this is the first time out with it. Now, one of the things with this is it's a little bit finicky on the corners. This one doesn't have that angle, even though I tried to make sure everything was pulled out correctly, but you can tell just a little bit off, and it does that to the sides. So I'll clean this up, and then I'll throw my stuff in there, and that'll be home for tonight. All right, so there it is. I fixed it. It's pretty good, pretty taut on everywhere. All these panels are pretty taut, so that's what I'm looking for. Gives me good good headroom, and it does better in the wind when you got it taut like that, so it's not flapping around. And then nice little trick I do is I put this at an angle instead of going straight up. It kind of cuts off half the door, so I set it at a little bit of an angle. It just helps getting in and out. And then there's my sleeping quarters in there, and there's tons of room in there. So I got this whole other side to it. Well, it'll be a good test for that tent. This weekend it's supposed to get pretty nasty out, and this tent, I did test it in my backyard. I did even have it set up in a nasty windstorm. I think I have some footage from that. So I know it's good in the wind and the rain, so I should be all set. If for some reason something goes sour, I have another tent in the truck that I'd have to go paddle to, so we'll test it out tonight when it's supposed to be milder for the temps, but then tomorrow when it gets closer to freezing, it's got to be good, so we'll see how we do. All right, we got camp all set up. Everything's ready to go, and we're grabbing wood. Even though we've already got a ton.
You can never have too much wood. Can't 101. Whatever you think you need, double it.
All right, so Grayson's actually testing this out, because one of the things we're thinking is how well does this backpacking tent work for two grown men, and one of them 6'5" here. And look, he's got
plenty of room.
Tons of room.
I could be taller and still have plenty of room.
Same down by his feet, sit up.
Good, yeah, this is a good
tons. So that's actually really spacious in there. Good morning, everybody. Wow, it's been raining pretty much all night. Last night was perfect. The rain did stop, and we had an awesome night by the fire, talking about everything under the sun. And it was really good. Didn't go to bed till real late, but unfortunately, since I don't normally stay up and sleep in, I'm up already. And I was up at 7:30, so it is what it is. I'll probably take a nap today because I didn't sleep very much last night because we went to bed so late. But I was really glad we did because there was no rain. It was calm. It was beautiful out towards the evening. And the rain hit basically an hour or so into me going to bed. So now it's been raining ever since. And surprisingly, there's no condensation in here. There's no, like, the walls are completely dry. Almost completely dry. There's just maybe a hint of condensation on the walls. But not enough to beat up or anything like that. My sleeping bag's completely dry. So condensation-wise, this tent's definitely a winner. The wind would kick up every once in a while, and this thing took it with no problem. So I was really happy with it and how it performed last night. Now, about the only thing that I didn't like about it is just with Cuban fiber in general, Dyneema, in the rain, it sounds like every raindrop is like hitting you like a freight train. I mean, it's just very loud, intense that are made out of Dyneema. Like, this is very, very light rain right now, and it still is pretty loud. But as soon as heavy rain would hit, forget about it. I mean, it woke me up twice. And, I mean, it's no big deal. You're still high and dry and happy as could be. But it just woke me up a couple times. So, something to note. It's one of the downsides to Dyneema. It's just not as nice sounding as a traditional tent is in the rain. Yeah, as long as this rain stops pitter-patter in here, I think it'll be a halfway decent day.
Yeah.
I chopped up a bunch of smaller things that get a little bit bigger, ready to go for when we need to start up the fire tomorrow, because it's definitely going to get freezing out. Got that all done. Just kind of chilling right now with a fire. It's actually pretty decent out right now, so the weather broke. There's Grayson and Mike. They're on their way back with some more firewood. I'm probably going to go out for a paddle here when they get back, which will be nice, but we're all set up here for a nice day. The weather broke. The rain has stopped. There's not too much wind, so it's going to be actually a really nice time to go out there and paddle around. So well, the rain finally pretty much stopped, but now I mean, we're like white capping out there now, and look at that. I guess sometimes that happens when you're canoe tripping. Problem is the wind and the rain, the elements will get you landed on the island, and then sometimes it's tough to get off the island. But tomorrow, hopefully the wind will be died down when we actually have to leave. But for today, it's getting late already, and forecast's not looking any better. So, we at least got out to get more wood, chopped up a bunch, so we'll have a nice fire and hang out here and just relax. I mean, that was the whole point of the trip anyway. This wind is crushing us right now. Look at this fire. Just getting stoked. And Grayson's getting nice and toasty.
Yeah, I'm getting some oxygen to this fire.
Down here. And then the snapper
Tonight for dinner, roasted chicken and white cheddar biscuit dumplings. Chicken and dumps, everybody. Yeah, those look really good. I'm excited for this. What I'm not excited for is the fact this wind won't just go away. I mean, it's calmed down a little bit, so it's not too bad. But man, that wind's been tough. Alright guys, I'm in the tent, as you can tell. So the wind just has not died down, and the temperatures outside are dropping, and they're dropping pretty quick. We're actually looking now at the forecast, and it's looking like possibly getting some snow tomorrow. So the temps will be about 32 degrees, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, now with the wind and it being cold, we decided it's time to hit the tents a little early tonight. So that's what I'm doing. Play something maybe on my phone or whatever, relax, and we'll see what happens with the snow tomorrow. But I'm glad I wind tested this thing, because it's, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's still blowing out there. So anyway, I'll see you in the morning, guys. Well, good morning. It is about 7 o'clock in the morning, and it is 33 degrees out, and we've had freezing rain for, I don't know, the past few hours, just kind of coming down. Mostly stopped now, but the weather report says it's supposed to pick back up, and the wind is going to pick back up in, I don't know, a couple hours. So I'm thinking it's going to be time to get up, get going, and get the guys up over in the other tent, because I definitely don't want to be traveling on the water with a bunch of wind and freezing rain again. Last night I slept pretty good in here, actually, so pretty happy about that. The tent definitely doesn't give you like any extra degrees in here like my 4th season tent does, but the wind stayed off of me. This thing stayed very comfortable. There wasn't really, again, almost no condensation. I had some condensation on my sleeping bag from the outside where my breath is kind of condensating on the outside. But either way, this thing will be perfect for 2 people wanting a backpack, you know, especially in the summertime when it's nice out, and you just want to be able to both be in the same tent. So it's exactly what I wanted. The whole purpose was to have it for me and Camden when he was in trail life, but unfortunately I bought this, and then shortly after he got out of trail life. So we'll see. He might want to go back into trail life, which would be awesome, because if he does, then we'll be able to backpack with that group, and I'll have this tent, and we'll be all good to go. But if not, I'm sure I'll find some uses for it, maybe with my wife backpack in, or who knows, even with Grayson. Grayson actually checked this out. He can fit in this without any issues. And I think it's time to get up and get going here and get off the island. Oh yeah, here comes the snow now. Nice little paddle in the snow. I like it. Kind of cool. All right, we made it back, crossing in that. Yeah, buddy.
Fun.
Close us out.
Oh, what an experience. Thank you guys so much for joining. We had a good time. I hope to see you again. Hey, hey.